Hi, Kristal, Wick here with Artbeads Cafe. We're here to talk about some beady things and have some coffee talk at the same time. Here with Cynthia, and Cynthia, so good to chat with you again. We have some fun things to share now, don't we, Cynthia? Here at Artbeads Cafe with our beady peeps.
We do. So, Kristal, you are a Swarovski ambassador.
Yes, I am.
And I always wonder, what does that mean?
That's a good question. I get that all the time from everybody. What is a Swarovski ambassador? What do we do? What does it mean? Well, believe it or not, there are 33 ambassadors in the United States.
Wow.
And then there are 19 worldwide, and that includes Asia, Europe, and Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's by invitation only, so we are invited, certain designers are invited by the Swarovski company to become ambassadors for them.
Okay.
And the criteria mainly is we know a lot about bling. And your name is Kristal. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But actually, all of us do a lot of teaching. So we're ambassadors for the product line, so we know a lot about the trends and a lot about the technicalities of the crystals and how they're presented and that sort of thing. And we get to know things ahead of time so we can go out and spread it amongst our blingy friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so we teach a lot of techniques. I've taught on cruise ships as well as on land, and we have a passion for Swarovski crystals and their elements. And so a lot of it's sharing our knowledge, and we learn a lot of new things, a lot of new techniques, and share it with a lot of people and give a lot of classes and doing all things blingy and bright and crystally.
Right. And you brought some beautiful pieces
I did.
here.
Thank
That's
you,
amazing.
Cynthia. Well, I brought some of my
Amazing.
favorites. These guys have been all won awards,
Mhm.
international awards, and they're my own designs filled with crystals. And again, they are not, office attire for sure. But if you were going out on a night in the town, a big party, this guy won first place here in one of the worldwide competitions. And then this one here, last year won first place in the British Bead Awards. So these guys, this one and that one won second place over there.
Okay.
They took a jaunt across the pond, and we're actually in one of the shows over there.
Wow.
in England. So it's been really, really exciting, and again, part of it being such an honor to be asked by Swarovski to represent their company and their product line. Of course, I love it to pieces and put it in everything I possibly can. But it's also that the quality is really great, and we stand behind, the quality of Swarovski because it's just the Cadillac of all Cadillacs and crystals. And so it's always my pleasure to teach different techniques and share different designs with everybody. So I think that's part of my excitement of being part of the Artbeads family, is that I get some of the trends ahead of time. I can share it with you guys and share it with all the peeps, and then also, field a lot of questions about Swarovski crystals. If I know them, I'll be glad to share that. But if I don't, I know where I can ask and figure it out. So again, it's a pleasure to share it.
Great. Well, thank you, Kristal.
Oh, my pleasure, Cynthia. So Cynthia, speaking of Swarovski, I have Kristal Wick's picks, and they are the wonderful ceramic Cosmo rings. I love these, and I know a lot of people don't know what to do with them. They don't know, they look at them and they go, what, are those Swarovski? And yes, they actually are a Swarovski component. And one of the things that I found was really fun, and just sky's the limit on these, is to take one of the rings, and they come in all these beautiful colors and finishes. And I use a two-part clay. I use the crystal clay, and I mix that together, and then I put it in a ring blank. So these ring blanks come with nothing on the back of them. And you put some crystal clay on top of the ring, you squish in one of your rings, the cosmic rings, and then on top of that, I squished in one of the jeans buttons. So everybody thinks these jeans buttons, what do you do with them? And I thought, well, this might be fun to layer them, and then you just keep squishing, add another layer, squishing, add another layer. And that's how I created the necklace as well, and all these beautiful rings and the bracelet. So you start by making your focal point, and then you can make that into anything else. So you can make it into a necklace, you can make it into a bracelet, or like I said, these fashion rings. And right now, the chunky, clunky thing is so in that these rings are wild. They are so much fun to wear. So I stacked the tear cast components and the Swarovski crystals, and we have these little fashion rings that are making quite a statement. In fact, this one would go really great with your outfit right now that I see that.
Such a great idea. Oh, it's pretty amazing.
It is pretty fun, isn't it? Cynthia, it's time for our Q&A section, and several people have been asking about this, so this is a good one. They have asked us how to finish the Monterey Pop bracelet that you made. So a lot of folks are confused about this. Can you show them?
Yeah, let me show you how to do this.
That'd be great.
After you're done with your Kumihimo bracelet, you want to tie the knot at the end, and then you take an eye pin and you open a little the loop, and you want to be as close as you can to the bead, so you poke it through one piece of the thread here, you bring it out, and then you just close the loop of the eye pin like that. Okay, you bring this together and you take a piece of thread, and I like to use a Naimo, and I'm going to wrap the thread around the eye pin and the Kumihimo piece. First, I will tie a knot, and I like to do double to make sure that it's really strong. So I will do a double knot. Like that, and you start wrapping and make it as tight as you can. And my thread is a little long, so and you wrap until you have a good tight. Bring it together. Like that. Make sure it's really tight. And I will do another knot. And to make it more secure, let's do a second knot. Okay, here's my doing the second knot. Now you can put a dot of glue if you want, but right now I'm just gonna cut the thread here and here, and then you need to cut the Kumihimo thread here like that. Then you take your end cap and you just slide it in like that, and I like to put inside a little of the beads, and to make it tight I take a crystal round bead and I will make a wrap loop at the end here. I like to make a wrap loop because it ties everything together and make sure that the end cap is really against the bead. So then you make your wrap loop. So you can put your clasp right here and finish your loop, or you can do your loop, put a jump ring and put the clasp. And that's it.
So voila!
Oh, lovely, Cynthia. That was great. Thanks for sharing that with us. Well, thank you for joining us at Artbeads Cafe. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know at artbeads.com. And happy beading!